you wherever you go. Follow you wherever you go. Follow you wherever you go.
The life, the way, the truth.
Follow you wherever you go.
The truth. Hello, Life Church. This is Pastor Ben here, and I'm excited to come to you all with another episode of the J14 Podcast, where we talk about the way, the truth, and the life, Jesus Christ. We consider how we are to live in a way that reflects how Jesus lived and how we are to apply principles from Scripture so that we can honor and glorify God. Today, I would love to talk to you all about trusting in God and not leaning to our own understanding. Now, I have gone through a process with my wife of petitioning for her to receive a green card. And this process took about 2.5 years for us. We had several forms that we had to fill out, several procedures that we had to go through, and a lot of correspondence between immigration and us so that we would achieve the goal of her getting her green card. We finally received this not too long ago, praising God and grateful for His favor and His provision. And as we received this certification we have been looking for so long, the Lord brought to my memory and recollection how this entire thing played out. And it reminded me of a passage in Scripture that I know many of us have heard, but I don't think we've applied in this way. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6 says this: "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths." Can I be honest with y'all? During the green card process, there were plenty of times where I doubted. If they sent us a letter asking for more information, if it seemed like there was too much time in between correspondence and communication, I started to doubt. And I would doubt based off of the limited knowledge that I had about the development of this process. See, the ultimate goal was to receive the green card. But you have several specialists and people involved with the case as it develops, doing all sorts of things behind the scenes that I had a limited knowledge of. This led to frustration. And time again, I had to pray and ask God to work with me on my anxiety about this process, to help me to trust that He has everything under control and everything will work out all right. How often do we do this in our walk with the Lord? The ultimate goal of our life as Christians is the glorification of God. And there's several steps and processes and developments that have to take place outside of our understanding that God takes care of. But how often do we get frustrated as we experience delays on this journey? As we experience times where we don't understand the steps as clear as we would like? How often do we get frustrated when things in our life don't match up with what we think should happen for us to get to the ultimate end of glorifying God? This is why Proverbs tells us to lean not on our own understanding. Ultimately, our knowledge about what God is doing to bring about His glory in our lives is limited. Delays all have to do with how He's bringing about glory. Times where we may feel frustrated or even uncomfortable, all is a part of God's plan to bring about His glory in our life. But if we think we know best, then we're going to be mad at God. Then we're going to doubt. because we're not trusting that he knows everything that needs to be done behind the scenes and in front of the scenes to bring about his glory. It's interesting because as we were going through this green card process, there would be times where we would receive letters to know that we were approved and we moved to another part or another level of this process, and it would give us great assurance. And God does that. He lets us know the different spots and the places where we are advancing, and we are to remember those well to know that we have not been rejected by him and the development is not over with. But those points should anchor us for the times where there won't be correspondence, for the times where it will seem like things aren't working out according to our limited knowledge. God knows what he's doing, and he knows what it takes to get to our ultimate goal. It's our job to trust him and what he has in store. I pray that you guys were blessed by this and encouraged. I know that we all are going through different things in different seasons of our lives, but God is faithful and he will finish what he has begun in us. So we need only to trust him and the fact that he knows every step of development and every process we need to go through so that he would be glorified, and he will bring that about in our lives. He knows what he's doing. Be assured. Trust him and accept his plan. Hope you guys were blessed by this. Share it with somebody who you may know who needs some encouragement and needs an extra boost as they're dealing with a point or a situation in their life where they feel like God isn't doing what they think he should be doing. We all need help in some way, and part of this podcast is trying to give people encouragement that we can share via text or through our social media platforms as well. So we want to make sure that we're able to spread the word as much as possible, encourage the hearts of believers, and be able to give people some type of pick-me-up as they're going throughout their week and dealing with all sorts of circumstances. I love you guys, and I will talk to you next time.